Hi students, today we discuss about the human cardiovascular system. Today we discuss about the human cardiovascular system or human blood circulatory system. The human blood circulatory system or the human cardiovascular system consists of heart, blood vessels, and blood. So the human circulatory system or human cardiovascular system consists of heart, blood vessels and blood. First we discuss about the human heart. Human heart. The heart is the blood pumping organ in the cardiovascular system. So heart is the blood pumping organ in the cardiovascular system or blood circulatory system. So the heart pumps the blood. Heart pumps the blood. So it is blood pumping organ. The heart is located. Heart is located in the thoracic cavity. So this is thoracic cavity. So heart is situated in the thoracic cavity. Particularly, a space is present between two lungs. This space is called mediastinum. Mediastinum. So the heart is located in the mediastinum between the two lungs of thoracic cavity. This is heart. So heart is located between two lungs in the thoracic cavity. The space between two lungs is called mediastinum. So heart is located in the mediastinum between two lungs of thoracic cavity. Next, the heart is a pear-shaped structure. Pear-shaped structure. It is muscular and pulsating organ. So the wall of the heart possesses muscles, cardiac muscles. So it is pear-shaped, muscular and pulsating organ. It undergoes contractions and relaxations. It can move in the thoracic cavity. So it is pulsating organ. It pumps the blood. So it is pear-shaped, muscular and pulsating organ. The measures of heart is 12 centimeters in length, 9 centimeters in width. So the measures of heart is 12 centimeters in length and 9 centimeters in width. Next, heart is covered by so the human heart is covered by double layered pericardium. Double layered pericardium. So this is inner pericardium. This is outer pericardium. So heart is covered or enclosed by double-walled pericardium. Here, outer pericardium is called fibrous pericardium. Inner serous pericardium. Serous pericardium. So the heart is covered or enclosed by double-walled pericardium, in which outer pericardium is called fibrous pericardium, inner pericardium is called serous pericardium. Next, the inner serous pericardium is double layered. It is double layered. So the serous pericardium is double layered. So this is fibrous pericardium. These are two layers of serous pericardium. Serous pericardium. So the inner serous pericardium is double layered, in which outer serous pericardium is called parietal layer. Inner serous layer is called visceral layer. So heart is enclosed by double-walled pericardium, in which outer pericardium is called fibrous pericardium, inner pericardium is called serous pericardium. Here the inner serous pericardium is double layered. Outer serous layer is called parietal layer and inner serous layer is called visceral layer. Between these two layers, or between parietal layer and visceral layer of serous pericardium, a small space is present. So a small space is present between parietal layer and visceral layers of the serous pericardium. This is called pericardial cavity or space. The pericardial space or cavity filled with fluid called pericardial fluid. Pericardial fluid. The pericardial fluid reduces the friction between these two layers and facilitate free movements of the heart inside these layers. So, the pericardial fluid reduces the friction between these two layers and allows or facilitate free movement of the heart inside these layers. So these are the layers which are present around the heart. Next, the human beings possess four-chambered heart. It is pear-shaped structure. Anterior is broad, and apex or posterior is pointed. Anterior is broad and posterior or apex is pointed. The pointed posterior part of the heart slightly turns to left in the thoracic cavity. So the posterior end of the heart slightly turn to left side in the thoracic cavity. The posterior end of the heart resting on the diaphragm. This is diaphragm. This is diaphragm. So the posterior end or pointed end of the heart resting on the diaphragm. Next, structure of the heart. First, we discuss about the structure of the heart. First, we discuss about the external structure. External structure. So, the heart, the human heart has four chambers. The upper two small chambers are called atria. Lower large chambers are called ventricles. Next, wall of the heart. Wall of the heart possesses three layers. Wall of the heart possesses three layers. So 1, 2, 3. So wall of the heart possesses three layers. Outer layer is called epicardium. Middle layer is called myocardium. Inner layer is called endocardium. So the wall of the heart consists of three layers. Outer layer is called epicardium, middle layer is called myocardium, and inner layer is called endocardium. The epicardium is serous in elastic layer. Serous in elastic layer. So the epicardium has elastic nature. Next, middle myocardium. The middle myocardium possesses cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles. So the myocardium or middle layer of the wall of the heart possesses cardiac muscles. Next, endocardium. The endocardium has endothelial cells. Endothelial cells. So the innermost layer is called endocardium. This endocardium made by endothelial cells. Endothelial cells. So these are the three layers of wall of the heart. Next, first we discuss about the external structure. External structure of the heart. So the human heart possesses four chambers. Upper two chambers are small chambers are called atria. Lower two chambers are called ventricles. This is right atrium. This is left atrium. This is right ventricle. This is left ventricle. So human beings possess completely divided four chambered hearts. Here, the externally, the upper two atria and lower two ventricles are externally separated by a transverse groove. Transverse groove. So the upper two atria and lower two ventricles are separated externally by a transverse groove. Transverse groove. This is called coronary sulcus. Coronary sulcus or inter-atrioventricular groove. So the externally the two atria and two ventricles are separated by coronary sulcus or inter-atrioventricular groove. So here the coronary sulcus or inter-atrioventricular groove is a transverse groove between atria and ventricles. Next, the two lower chambers are called ventricles. The two ventricles externally separated by two longitudinal grooves. Two longitudinal grooves. Those are called interventricular grooves. Interventricular. So externally, the two ventricles are separated from each other by two longitudinal grooves called interventricular grooves. These two grooves are present between two ventricles. So these two grooves are called interventricular grooves. In the interventricular grooves, the coronary artery and its branches are large. So, the coronary arteries and its branches are large in the interventricular grooves. This is left coronary artery, this is right coronary artery. The coronary arteries and its branches are large in the are arranged in the interventricular grooves. Here, the coronary arteries supplies the oxygenated blood to the wall of the heart. To the wall of the heart. Next, a muscular pouches. A muscular pouches projecting from each atrium over the ventricles. Over the ventricles. These pouches are called auricular appendix. Auricular appendix. So, the muscular pouches projecting from each atrium over the ventricles called auricular appendix. So, muscular pouches are arised from lower parts of each atrium. These muscular pouches are extends on the ventricles. These muscular pouches are called auricular appendix. Auricular appendix. So this is the external structure of the human heart. I will explain the internal structure of the heart in the next class.